I've already reviewed the iPhone 13 on India Tech, and it's now time to give our final verdict on what a lot of people believe are probably the two most powerful smartphones out there. I'm talking about the iPhone 13 Pro and iPhone 13 Pro Max. I've been using both these smartphones for over a week now. Of course, they are priced on the expensive side. The iPhone 13 starts at rupees 1,20,000, while the iPhone 13 Pro Max starts at rupees 1,30,000. They come with some upgrades on their predecessors, but more or less the things remain same. The question is, should you upgrade from an iPhone 12 Pro or iPhone 12 Pro Max to any of these models or not? Well, I'll try and explain in this video. You're watching India Tech. I'm Manas Tiwari. Before we start this video, let me remind you once again that if you are new to our channel and if you find this review or any of our content useful and fun, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also tap on that bell icon right next to the subscribe button. Now let's start our iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max review, and let's talk about the design first. You don't find too many new things when it comes to the design of these smartphones. In fact, both these models retain the same size from last year's iPhone 12 Pro and Pro Max. They also look similar to their predecessors. The only difference is probably that both these phones are now thicker. Also, they have way more than the previous model. So the iPhone 13 Pro Max now weighs 240 grams, while the Pro model weighs nearly 204 grams, which makes both these smartphones bulky and heavy. I would still say that iPhone 13 Pro probably has the ideal size for a normal user, while Pro Max is probably aimed at those who want the best experience in terms of everything from a smartphone. While at first sight, while you may feel that there are not too many design changes here, a closer look gives you some sort of idea. For example, the camera module is now bigger than before. Even the camera lenses are louder and have bold rings around them. This actually looks quite stunning. The overall build quality is fantastic. Apple has done great work here. They come with stainless steel frame around them, which has a jewel-like finish and makes both these models, the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max, look absolutely premium. One downside of this big camera system is that the phone can wobble a bit on any flat surface. Apart from that, there is not much to complain about here, and both these phones look genuinely good. On the front, both these smartphones retain the same display size as last year's models. The iPhone 13 Pro comes with a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR display, while the iPhone 13 Pro Max comes with a 6.7-inch display. Both the smartphones now have higher peak brightness, which makes them ideal for outdoor usage. Also, iPhones have always given us a very smooth experience when it comes to the display, and that is also visible here. You can easily switch between apps. Scrolling is quite smooth. Overall UI and animations are also very smooth. And Apple has actually taken this to the next level by introducing the ProMotion technology on both these smartphones, which is nothing but a fancy term for the already existing adaptive refresh rate. So what you're getting on the Pro models for the very first time is support for up to 120 Hz refresh rate. So these displays, while they can give you 120 Hz of refresh rate, they can also go down to as less as 10 Hz. So while you're getting a smooth experience, the phone can also save some battery on your behalf. Now, I have been using a lot of Android smartphones with 120 Hz of refresh rate, so I did not feel much of a difference switching to the iPhone 13 Pro Max. But then I have also been using the iPhone 12 Pro for almost a year now. And when you compare that with the iPhone 13 Pro, yes, the display is now definitely smoother than before. It's the camera department where a lot of things have changed this year. Both the smartphones come with the same triple rear camera system as last year, but inside the camera system has gotten a full makeover. All three lenses have 12 megapixel sensors. The main wide camera comes with a new sensor that is the largest ever put into an iPhone. The telephoto lens now comes with 3x optical zoom support, which is a first for the iPhone. And the new ultra wide angle camera comes with autofocus and improvements in low light shots. On the front, you get a 12 megapixel selfie shooter. We all know that iPhones have always been the best when it comes to photography or clicking images on a smartphone, and the iPhone 13 Pro models take that legacy ahead. In daylight, you get really good images on both the iPhone 13 and 13 Pro Max. Both the close-up shots as well as the wide shots look very vibrant and sharp. They have fantastic colors, excellent dynamic range, and tons of details. Even if you zoom into these image samples, you can see that most images remain sharp. Even the objects far off are quite sharp, and the edges are also very well done. The portrait mode is superb, especially when it comes to the human subjects. The edge detection there is very impressive, but it can have some improvements when it comes to other objects and especially pets. The ultra wide angle camera now handles shadows better, captures more details, and has better behaved edge sharpness as well. Both these Pro models now also have a macro mode. Now this is not the traditional macro mode where you can manually switch, but the phones now allow you to get really close to an object and click macro shots. And as you can see in our image samples, the macro shots also come out really well. Also, they add an extra element to the existing camera capabilities of the iPhones. The iPhones have always been probably among the best smartphones for low light photographies, and that's also visible on the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max. Apple had claimed that now you will get better low light images. Now there is nothing that I can pinpoint to tell you the difference here, but yes, the images overall come out really nice. Whenever there's a light source around, you can still get very good images even in the evening or at night using any of these phones. As soon as you take away that light source, the noise is clearly visible on images. Selfies are again good in daylight and controlled light, while in evening you can see there is some sort of softness there. I've never been a fan of skin tones on selfies on the iPhones, but yes, most of these images are passable. Coming to the video, the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max can record up 4K videos in Dolby Vision and HDR. So again, I use iPhones to record a lot of videos, and a lot of content creators do as well. So I think both these models have you covered there as well. There is also a new cinematic mode on these phones, which I talked about briefly in my iPhone 13 review. Now Apple claimed that you can use this mode to even make films. I don't think that's true, because this is still restricted at 1080p at 30 frames per second. Also, the results vary depending upon the light conditions. For example, you still get very good videos using the cinematic mode in daylight, but as soon as you go in low light conditions, I think the footage lacks sharpness, also grains or noise creep in. Both these models also use the same A15 Bionic chipset which Apple has used on the iPhone 13 and 13 mini. They do come with an extra core, so you get better gaming performance, but in your overall daily usage, you do not feel any issues. Overall, the animations, UI, everything is quite smooth. My only issue is that if you are using iPhone 12 Pro, which had the A14 Bionic chip, you do not feel a huge jump in terms of performance, especially in real life usage or your daily usage. So if you are already on an iPhone 12 Pro and Pro Max, you may not notice much of a difference when it comes to performance. One positive thing here is that Apple has now added a 1 TB storage option for both these smartphones. So if you use them to shoot a lot of videos and images, you can definitely opt for that. The phones run iOS 15, which again would be familiar to anyone who has been using the iPhones, because the same operating system is also compatible with the older iPhone models. Apple in its launch event claimed that the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max will give you better battery performance than their predecessors, and I can confidently say after using them for a week or 10 days that probably the iPhone 13 Pro Max is the best Apple iPhone till date when it comes to battery. It has the best battery life. The iPhone 13 Pro is almost there, but then you can feel the difference between the two phones as well. In fact, we also did a battery test on the iPhone 13, and the optimization showed us that Apple has done a good job there, because the battery drained only 4% during 30 minutes of gaming. And I can confidently say that both these smartphones, be it the iPhone 13 Pro Max and iPhone 13 Pro, can easily take you through a day with medium usage. It's clear that iPhone 13 Pro and iPhone 13 Pro Max aim to give you the best possible experience on a smartphone, and that's why you have these subtle improvements like the ProMotion Tech, cinematic mode, which have been there or around on other smartphones, but Apple has done a better implementation of them for sure. Now the question is, or probably my issue with these phones is that while there are improvements, these are not massive upgrades on the existing smartphones or existing iPhones in the market. So if you already own an iPhone 12 Pro or Pro Max, or in fact any of the other iPhone 12 series smartphones, you don't really need to switch to the iPhone 13 Pro or Pro Max unless you have that sort of amount and you feel the urge to. Apart from that, if there is anyone who is on a 2 to 3 year old iPhone, they should definitely consider these iPhones, and they would find them as a major upgrade on their existing smartphones as well. Now, 3 things that we liked about the iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 Pro Max. First thing has to be the build quality. They have been built really well. I really like the design of both these phones. Second is the camera, because I think they are the best camera smartphones out there right now. No ifs and no buts about that. And third thing is the performance, because you do get a decent performance here. 3 things that we did not like about these smartphones, actually I can only pick 2. First is that they're still big and heavy, and because of that I can't recommend them to almost everyone. And the second thing is there is no Type-C USB charging port. In fact, I missed this part while talking about the battery. So you still get a lightning port, which means that you will have to carry the cable which Apple is packing inside the box. Also, there is of course no charging adapter there, as we pointed out in our unboxing video, which you can watch on India Tech. Also, I'll put the link somewhere here so you can directly go and watch that video. Our rating, India Tech's rating for iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max is 8.5 out of 10. I hope you find this review useful, and if you do, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.